Welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio, a place where dreams take flight, with authentic storytelling, diverse perspectives and meaningful conversations, where global stories unite and bridges are built beyond all borders. Discover world-class education, entertainment, hope and inspiration. Together, we're building bridges worldwide. Subscribe to our channel, USA Global TV. Download our app, USA Global TV. Be our guest or join our team. Visit usaglobaltv.com. Thanks to our founder and executive producer, Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Music score by Yeffy Tang from Cloud Road Music. Voiceover artist Mike Porter. Creative direction by Paul Garcia. USA Global TV and Radio, your home for global connection. All rights reserved. This video and its contents are the exclusive property of USA Global TV and Radio. Unauthorized use, duplication or redistribution in any form is strictly prohibited.
Hi, a very warm welcome. Good evening. My name is Madelenechan and I will be presenting the film and music show on USA Global TV and Radio. So good evening to our viewers, our YouTube viewers, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook as well. So for today's exciting guest on the film and music show, he has been on the show. This is his third interview, I believe. And we, both myself and Dr. Jacqueline, who is the Chief of Operations, CEO of USA Global TV and Radio, we absolutely love this man. He's incredible. His name is Steve Klein. He's known as a multidimensional, subliminal, freeform art, digital artist, a music producer, a singer, songwriter, voiceover artist, and an entertainer as well. All the way from the Netherlands, the film and music show are very happy to welcome the phenomenally talented Steve Klein.
Oh, wow. I was expecting somebody else to walk in then.
Got to get used to it, Steve.
Yeah. It's always, it's a pleasure to be back. And so.
Oh, it's a pleasure for you to be back on the show as well, because we covered so much on the previous shows. So as a quick summarization, Steve, can you quickly, because we've got a lot of content we're going to get through today, let our audiences know in more of like a paragraph or so, a couple of minutes of what you do, and then we'll go from there.
Yes, well, obviously I've been developing. I started with physical art and then moved on to digitizing physical art, then moved into actual digital art, NFT stuff and competition entries, which I was very successful in. And now I've moved on and I'm still creating. I must spend 10 hours a day just creating. But I've also now moved also into music production, using my voice and my melodies, my genres and stuff like that, and working together with algorithms, billions of algorithms across the universe to create new sounds. And so I'm working on symphonic stuff at the moment. I've produced a symphony that's it's called A Solitary Tear, and it's quite emotional. It's about a train that was on its way to Auschwitz, and it's the little girl looking in her mother's eyes. You know, the reflection of the little girl looking back through the mother's eyes, and that's a symphony. And also, I'm working on recreating blues jazz type stuff. I'm working on. I'm producing everything from hardcore techno, happy songs, stuff like that. And I've set up a new YouTube channel, Steve Klein Official, which I'll share with you at another time because it's in development. And I'm getting very good response. So I try to cover all forms of music, all genres of music. And the exciting thing about the digital art, the the algorithm stuff with the AI, AI has been used a lot in film production and in the movies for many, many years, but it's been a close industry kept secret. But now Pandora's out of the box, and Pandora's going absolutely crazy, and she's knocking on my cerebral brain, you know. So I'm very happy to be able to produce music that normally I would need a symphony orchestra, and I can do it in a few hours now with just humming a tune and AI picking that up and the different sections and turning it into quite, you know, like blockbuster music, you know. So it's very interesting. We're in a very, very exciting time now, you know, so we must encompass it, you know.
Absolutely, Steve. I mean, with regards to myself being a singer-songwriter, I don't have access to any kind of musicians unless I pay for them, and it's quite
Correct.
costly, and the
Correct.
recording studio as well. So what my next question in relation to you producing music with AI, is there, with the AI, is there any course that you had to go on? What was the process
Well,
of
with me, obviously, I mean, I
creating
have
a
a good
song?
ear for yeah, but basically, I started by listening to it, and it all sounded the same, auto-tune, robotic. But the more you work in I work with 3-4 programs, but the more the AI recognizes you, the algorithms, yeah, because it's like a vast network we're tapped into. Because I'm a lyricist, I'm not just asking AI to create a song. I'm humming the tune, I'm whistling the tune, I'm you know, I'm singing something, and then the AI is able to take that over and produce it. So I'm actually making some, you know, I mean, the symphony that I wrote, I mean, I was just humming and whistling and things like that, but in tune. And then it's just incredible, but it does take time. But you know, you can learn. I mean, it took me about, what I would say, a couple of 100 hours, you know, and then I got into it, you know. So the more effort you put into it, you know, and to be able to create a symphony for a few pounds, you know, instead of going in a studio and spending 25,000, you know, it's wonderful, you know. But there's a fine line between robotic sounding auto-tune singers, you know, and instruments on a keyboard. Now I've delved that deep into the AI now, into the algorithms, that I'm actually producing music now with real violins, cellos, orchestras, you know, timpani, voices, blues, jazz, and it's like, I think it's because I've been experienced since I was, I mean, I'm 71 now, so I started to sing when I was 6. So I built up quite a big knowledge. But as you said, Maddie, you said it exactly. You know, normally we have to go in the studio and spend, you know, I mean, 2, 3, 4,000, you know, to get a song produced. And they're not always good, you know, and then you have to pay for a producer. Well, AI will take your ideas, your melodies, your lyrics, your emphasis on emotion or happiness or whatever, and turn it into a song. And you might get like 20 different times you have to do it. Eventually you'll click on one. So it's about, I would say, between 5 and 10% out of 100, you're going to get a really good song. And that's the level you have to go at. You have to put the time in, the effort in, and you're a great writer. So you could do very, very uplifting spiritual stuff, everything, you know. So, but we can talk about this as well, Maddie. You know, so.
Well, thank you for the compliment, Steve. But we want to give you another compliment. Going back to your age, and even Dr. Jacqueline has actually put it in the chat box here. You look amazing. You said you were 71.
Yeah.
How on earth do you maintain your health and your skin and your look?
Well, I never let the inner child die. You know, I always kept my inner child alive. And the people I was round, without going into too many details, you say, grow up, you're like a big kid. I knew that was a compliment, but they didn't, you see. To some people who are ignorant, you know, they think you should get to a certain age and just give up. And you wear grey and beige and stuff, and that's it. You know what I mean? You become, you know. But age is just a number, it's not a disease. And obviously I do water fasting, which I would like to do. I need a full show to explain, because and I have pictures before and after. That's complex, but it's very easy. We have two fuel supplies, glucosis and ketosis. and the healing's in ketosis, alkaline. We have to go from acidic to alkaline. I was in 21 years ago, I was so poorly, was suffering without bronchial asthma and stuff like that, and bad memory, that I found a book one day called Fasting Can Save Your Life by Herbert Shelton. And I read this book and it became my Bible, because a spiritual book will find you. You can go in a library with 10,000 books, and one book will draw that thread, you know. So that's where I learned, and I'm one of the only people, as far as I'm aware, that don't just help people, but I've actually done this. I've done the water pass, and I can tell you now that you don't get wrinkles, you don't get, you don't get diabetes type 2, you don't get blood pressure problems, arthritis, stuff like that. Your eyesight improves, your memory improves. Water fasting. We're not human. The body's treated like a human disposal unit, and it's not. We need to switch off. When an animal's not well, it'll go in a corner and sit there and heal itself. It won't eat anything. It might drink, but it won't eat anything. And we have to do the same. We have to shut down. Most of the problems in health are caused in the intestines. So we have to clean the intestines, and the only way you can do that is by water fasting. So, it's in depth. I want to talk about that at future on a full program.
Absolutely, but it makes perfect sense, Steve.
Yeah, so you don't get wrinkles. You don't have problems. You don't need antibiotics. You turn the clock back. It's possible.
Yeah. Well, as you said, let's get you featured on another program, maybe Wellbeingness or something with Dr. Jacqueline or one of our other hosts.
Absolutely.
But for now, let's go and talk about, I would like to talk about the beautiful painting behind you.
Yes.
And, can you explain to us what's happening?
If I can, this is basically, it's angels, and the angels are moving around, the universe, beyond the universe, into all the different dimensions, and different angels. They're reforming and rebirthing all the times, and this is the journey, So within this is angels, they're all around us basically, and that's what that is. I mean, the solar flare, here, this is, this is the sun and the movement of the planets and everything. And these two, these are like, how can I explain it? They're like starships, and the angels, they travel in these starships, and they travel, and these are the beginning of life, so it's you've got the whole evolution of life, and the constant movement of it's what it is. I don't really think much about it. That's the first time I've described it,
Well, that's always a first. But I was going to say, Steve, can you explain to our viewers what exactly it means to be a multidimensional, subliminal, freeform art?
Be a child. Be a child. Don't think about what I mean, I have varying degrees of artwork. Some is very complex, but what I'm saying is paint like a child, just don't think about anything. But having said that, my art, my real journey began when I had the outer body experience, when they give me the wrong needle in the spine, epidural, and I left my body and I went out of the body, and I seen the doctors thumping my chest and putting needles in, trying to restart my heart. So I went on a journey, and that's where MDSFA, multidimensional subliminal freeform art, was born. And it progressed from acrylics, which I've got in Spain in storage. So very, very heavy. I found wood's very good to paint on. A lot of the work I've done is on wood. This is a canvas behind me. This is one of my first paintings, this one, But when I come back to my body, I was, because I was gone, I went on an incredible journey. So it opened a lot of doors for me. And sometimes I don't know where the art comes from. It's beyond me. I don't know, you know. I seem to be channeling something. I don't know what it is, you know. I don't know whether it's
Cosmic.
Picasso. I don't know whether it's Picasso or Picasso's budget.
I love that. You're such a funny guy. Funny man completely. But Steve, let's have a look at your website. Let's look at all this beautiful colors and planets and sacred geometry. Let's have a look at it. So the lovely Dr. Jacqueline is showing us now. Absolutely. So here we have, Steve, we have you looking fantastic in a bandana there. Looking quite modern,
you
like
know,
a rock artist.
I have a rock look and all different looks, you know.
And as we scroll down, we can see, I believe, some of your works.
There's also a video introduction by me as well on that. And these are some of the artworks. I have about 200.
This is the colors. It's like out of this world, Steve. Can you pick? Do you know what? I'm really drawn to the one on the right-hand side, which is like a face. Yeah, that's it, Dr. Jacqueline. She's totally amazing. Can you explain about this?
Yeah, well, this is based on Egyptology and you know, sacred geometry. The formation of, it's like almost like this was like the hieroglyphics and stuff like that. I formed this. This is a totally digital, 100% digital artwork, emulated from drawings and stuff like that into this. This is only one of them. There's about 4 or 5 in that series, and basically it's the how can I explain it? It's just, well, sometimes I can't explain it. It's how I see the world beyond the world, you know. I don't know. I mean, it's a digital artwork of a physical appearance that I got in my mind. That's all I can say, you know. I'm fascinated by Egyptology and ruins and things like that. And I use the primary colors, which I'm known for, you know. And there it is. It's one of 5. This is
right. Okay, and let's look at that's amazing. That's it did remind me of Egypt. I don't know why I was. Oh wow, this is a nice one.
This is.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this is some
very Picasso.
Yeah, very crazy. But as you can see, I work with symmetry. I was working with symmetry always. I've always had a good eye for putting things together, you know, and so the symmetrical artwork they do, MDSFA, is a double. It's like it's like 2 identical people looking at each other, and in the center there's this realm of spirituality that brings these people together. So they're having a conversation without speaking. They're looking at each other with their eyes closed. You know, it's like the communicate. Basically, it's communicative. A surrealist art, that, you know.
So can I ask one more question? Why have you got 4 mouths, not just 2?
Because when you're working with that's not because women talk too much. Absolutely. No, it's just how it turns out. You see, when you're working with digital programs, and I work with 8, and I'll mess around and I'll try different manipulative stuff on my computers and stuff, and they just appear. It just happens, you know, through special effects. Special effects are fantastic if you know how to use them. But special effects, I don't control the special effects most of the time. The special effects control me.
That's interesting. The special effects control you. I can see these in movies, you know.
Yeah.
Or even a show.
Backdrop.
A show with backdrops. Yeah.
Backdrops. Yeah.
Let's look at some more. Let me see which one. Oh.
Yeah, but this is.
It looks like Dr. Jacqueline. Yeah. I'm sure that's not Dr. Jacqueline.
Yeah, she looks like Dr. Jacqueline.
Yeah, she does.
It could be.
That could definitely be Dr. Jacqueline.
It could be you. I mean, some people think it's Marilyn Monroe, but it's actually Dr. Jacqueline.
It's Dr. Jacqueline. That's not Marilyn Monroe.
That's it. Oh, subliminal.
You
We got
know,
in touch subliminally. That's what it was.
it's got to be called Dr. Jacqueline.
Dr. Jacqueline and Stephen Hyde.
That's it. Dr. Jacqueline and Steve.
You're
Well, I
killing
think
me.
you'll go great together. I really
Mm.
do. Oh
No,
my
but
gosh.
that's there you go. So we have to dedicate this to Dr. Jacqueline, won't we? You
Yeah,
know,
let's dedicate this one.
Blue Rocco.
Absolutely.
We'll make something special. Don't worry, we can deal with it.
And what about the royalty checks?
Yeah. Well, that's Rocco's business. You have to deal with it. I'm
Okay,
sure we can gift some things to the people who are trying to make the world a better place. So there's no problem. It's not about the money.
do you see your compositions, your digital art, actually on T-shirts?
Yeah.
People wearing, like this one that Dr. Jacqueline's just picked up. Yeah, this is very much like a T-shirt.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've just yeah, I mean, this is for T-shirts and also designer fabrics and stuff like that, you know. And they because it's digital, they can be printed in pretty large sizes, so they can be like really like on a door. It's like you can enter. You could put it over the wall where the door was, you know, and have it printed out properly, and then you open the door and you walk into the artwork.
You know, I see that. I see these collection going into clothing.
Mm-hmm.
I see that as a jumper suit. Some of them as a long evening gown. Oh my gosh, it'd be just gorgeous. I really think you should have a look at that. Into that.
Yes, well, Rocco, we spoke about that. You know,
oh, okay.
You can mention his name as well because you know.
Yeah, no, of course we will.
Yeah,
we're going to do that anyway, Steve, as we go further down because there is actually a with your manager. Okay, let's mention it now. Your manager. So, who has this? Did you approach your manager, or did your manager see your work? What was the process?
I think I did send Rocco some of my artwork originally a year or two ago because of the event he was planning before. I was introduced by Lord Brian Davison, who was one of the sponsors that I was able to work with Elton John's producer, a guy called Stuart Ebbs. And Brian paid, you know, he sponsored me to fly over to the UK and everything. And he mentioned to me, he says, oh, I have a friend, Rocco Bombino. He's a wonderful guy. He's very eclectic. He's well into music. I'd like to introduce you to him. And then we spoke about me going over to Egypt, possibly to be an MC. You know, because Rocco said, oh, you're a singer. I said, yeah, but I'd rather introduce other people. I like to build the audience for other people. That's what I like to do, especially with charity stuff, if I can help. And then COVID hit. So, you know, but we kept in touch over the years. And then I think it was Rocco approached me and he said, you know, maybe we can do something with the art. So he had the seeds, but I think Rocco, by building the website for me, he's made the seeds grow now more into a garden, you know. So I hope there's not too many weeds in the garden of Steve.
Absolutely. I was going to say, Steve, do you feel that there is a danger for any artisan or creative artist that splashes all their work onto social media? I'm not talking websites here.
No, you're right, because, you know, I've shared a lot of my artwork, you know, on Facebook for years, and I've given to charities and I've done everything. And I would imagine, you know, because they can take my artwork and change it, you know. That's with digital art, you can do anything, you know. But the thing is, in the world, I remember Gerard Melling, who's passed away now. He was he studied in the same league as Picasso, and he told me, he said, Stephen, he says, get your artwork out there, because otherwise, you know, you know, don't hold on to it like it's, you know, like your life's blood, you know. Just put it out there. But that was physical art. And digital artwork is so easy to steal, you know, literally. So Rocco has put a watermark over all the artwork that we've got on the website. So it's protected. And then what happens is when I create the artwork, it's in a low definition. And then I have another program on the computer system that I built. It's quite unique. And I can advance the artwork so it's bigger. You understand? And also the artwork can project it onto buildings. One of the dreams I had originally was the cathedral, you know, on my journey, you know, the one. The spiritual realm of the cathedral, where when I went on my out of the world journey, I'd stopped there. I didn't want to go through the doors. I don't think I'd have come back to physicality. I'd have stayed in the ethereal world. But that portrayed on a building, and then have dancers like ballet dancers in front of it. So the ballet dancers or whoever, or the rock group, becomes part of the image. So the image is portrayed not from behind, but directly on the front. So they become, so the artwork lives, you know. So and the other thing I try to do is on my physical artwork, when you take a photograph of it and you go deep into it, you'll see all different visions and everything, and that's quite supernatural. So the physical artwork, the digital artwork, it's all intertwined. The colors are similar, but the complexity is different.
With the fact of art and music, do you think they complement each other, and why do they complement each other?
Because, especially with me, because I've got synesthesia. When I had the out of body experience, and you know, I could have had, you know, I think I was probably going to have a stroke, but I didn't, and the heart stopped. I become more. I was always into the word synergy. You know, the power of two can become 10,000. But from that day, from when I woke up, everything, I could hear colours, you know, and I could see sounds. It was like the opposite, you know. It was like
sorry, Steve, I didn't get that. Did you say sorry?
It's called
Did you say sound? Sorry,
yeah.
Can I just
So
go back
basically, what I do, I see sound, and I hear colours. So when I'm painting or when I'm creating a digital artwork, I've got this melodic thing coming into me, and what it does, it seems to wire my brain's wired different from when I had the accident, you know, the wrong anesthetic. You know, instead of killing me, it opened up my subconscious mind. And but I think we're all, you, Jacqueline, myself, Rocco, we're all the manager. We're all into this ethereal world anyway. It's not just what we're about. It's like, this is one of my favorites. This is called, you can't really see it because it's behind glass, unfortunately. But this is called City of Dreams. You can't really see it because of the glass. You know, that's the problem. But this is
digital.
This is a full all digital artwork. All digital artwork, yeah. But you can't, it's unfortunately because of the light, you can't really see it. But I'm actually in this artwork. I'm actually physically in it. I'm walking through it. But when you see it without, the reason why it's got the glass over it, because when I did that quite famous exhibition in Switzerland, I had to do it to protect it, you know. But digital artwork needs to be if it's going to be behind glass, it needs to be museum quality anti-glare glass. This is just normal glass.
So if you're going to go in a time machine, and instead of going back, which I always say time machine to go back into the past, I'm asking you to go into the time machine and go into the future.
Right.
Right. So into the future, where do you see yourself and your art and your voice? Everything that you're made of, all the components you're into.
In a big show, you know, with my artwork displayed and people move, you know, and orchestra music and just, you know, a world, the cosmic world of Steve Klein, you know, the journey, you know. I want to be able to, I want to leave something behind, you know. Obviously I don't feel I'm going to be leaving the earth, hopefully, touch wood, for a long time. I intend to live way beyond 100. I believe I can do this. And I want to, like the quest to be able to donate eventually when I can have something to donate properly, with recognition, is to build homes for children, for abused children. So this is the dream, you know. A place where children can go. It's like an organic farm, and they can be taught music and artwork and stuff like that, and they can help. I want to bring synergy out, so you know, I can help one person, and that person could help 10 people. Then they can help. So I want to be part of something that's evolving, that's moving forward. You know, regarding fame, that fame really doesn't interest me. I've never had a manager before, and I know Rocco's involved with some A-list people from Hollywood. But the thing is, I'm just a basic guy. I've got an astral mind, but I'm quite down to earth guy, you know. So I don't know what the world holds. I hope my colours can help people and bring some love into this world, because it really needs, the world needs colours to heal, and it needs cosmic consciousness to lift people. We need to lift people's hearts. That's what we need to do.
So in my wish fulfillment for you, Steve, is for every hospital to have a special book in their waiting room or in the doctor's surgery, a big, like, coffee table book, The Cosmic Journey of Steve Klein, and they open up and they have all your different paintings on there, digital, and then poetry or a song,
yes,
lyrics next to it.
Yes,
That's powerful. That's what I kind of got a download just now.
Wow.
I always get downloads because I'm
I can imagine. You know, I mean, you know, and also studying your way forward. I also wrote a song, you know, for the children, which is an anti-war song, which is I will send you, as we can do if we do another interview.
Yeah, exactly. But before we go on to that, I still want to stay on your art, because your art is absolutely phenomenal. How does one purchase your art, and what is the price range?
Well, I think we need to discuss that with Rocco, because he's in charge of the financial stuff. So I've no idea. We just have to move forward. But basically what it'll mean is, once somebody picks a particular type of artwork, I would then master it, and then that has to go to a printer, and then we have to make it into a frame, and then the people will get it, and I'll make sure it's signed, you know, so I can digitally sign it. They will get a certificate that it's a genuine, you know, Steve Klein. And there'll be limited editions, probably from, you know, maybe 1 to 100, or you know, 1 to 50. So everybody will have their, you know, their special,
original.
So the limited editions, all the digital artwork is limited editions. If somebody wants an absolute one-off, well, that's going to be, you know, well, I would say pretty expensive, because it cannot be reproduced again. So I would suggest for collectors and people like that is to go for the limited editions.
Right. And Steve, the fact that you do digital printing, and you were saying you did acrylic as well, are they available, your acrylics?
Yeah, well, the thing is with it, the problem is with but I mean, those are my children, you know. I mean, when I first started to paint, I was painting by candlelight. I was in a homeless place in Amsterdam, and when I had the knee thing and the out of body experience, I didn't have electric, so I painted by candlelight, and the curtains were closed, and it's weird, but I remember cutting myself on glass one day, and the blood run into the paint. And I carried on painting. And so, like, those first, there's 12 artworks in Spain in special storage that's cost me thousands and thousands to keep, you know, because they're my children. Those are all framed, very heavy frames, and the frames alone was sponsored by somebody. And one of the frames alone was 3,500. So what I'm saying is, those are all, that's a complete exhibition of the first series of Steve Klein. That's the stuff that I got the critique from New York, from the ex-senior executive art dealer, Ruthie, what was it? Sorry, I'm trying to think of her name. She was with the Guggenheim anyway.
Okay.
So that I've got that. So those were all checked out, and she did the critic, like I say, and she was at the Guggenheim for over 20 years. So she really loved that stuff, and she actually put on the critique, Steve Klein is one of the trailblazing artists of the 21st century. So I've kept all them separate. So for investors, I'd say just go with the digital art, because it's very vibrant. It's not going to fade. You know, they can, you know, and they look beautiful. If it's under museum quality antique glare glass, the colours will really pop, and they'll bring love into a room. This is what Rocco said to me. He said, your artwork really pops when you go into a room. But some of the artwork have got very deep and dark and ugly, you know, because that's real art. It's not all about, you know, smiling faces.
And maybe it's also with regards to people are making that transition. You know how people are drawn to certain songs because of certain experiences they're going through. So maybe they have to go through a kaleidoscope of colors.
Yes, absolutely.
Your art.
Absolutely.
So through your art, for example, go through your 3D, go through the illusion, go through the darkness and the shadow to multicolor kaleidoscope colors. Because honestly, Steve, your artwork is healing. It contains a frequency. Do you actually hear within your looking at, I know you were saying that when you begin to create your digital composition, you hear the sound, you hear the melody.
No, I hear the colours, and I see the sounds. So basically it's topsy-turvy. It's like 360 degrees spin. So I'm taking the information, but it's coming from a different thread than normal. You know, and it's like, I don't listen to music, but I hear it. I close my eyes and create. It's like, it's weird. I mean, all the first stuff I did under candlelight, I mean, those have been in some prestigious galleries, you know, but I didn't want to sell them, Maddie. You know, I have to decide in life that, you know, maybe I should. So the physical artwork is a complete exhibition. So I'll discuss that with Rocco, and maybe then with everything can be there, and we can talk serious with that one, you know.
Well, maybe it's a case of, like you were saying, Steve, enough people talk about your digital compositions, and then all of a sudden they say, we want a more, how can I say, physical painting.
Physical.
And well, that's when the amount goes up.
That's a physical painting. The stuff I've got in Spain is physical painting. I mean, when I started doing, I'll show you what the first stuff I did, and it's like, honestly, it's like, this stuff, I'm going to show you something now, and you probably think it's a joke, but I got a call from New York over this. I'll show it you.
Right.
Coming up very quickly.
You're coming up. Maybe you can introduce it.
This is like, it's just something I created, and it's.
How long ago was this?
This was in 2012. It's one of the first works I did.
Goodness me, I love the gold going through it.
No, but it's it's a reflection through like, you know, and then I painted the frame round it, and I put it, I only spent like half a day on it, and then I forgot all about it. And then when I was moving out of the apartment, because they wanted the apartment to sell it, then I thought, oh, I've got these, and I put them under a bed in the room. So that's one of those. That's on a canvas. So they're all, beautiful. And I've got here in Holland, I've got maybe 15, you know, or 20 on canvas. So I do have a lot of stuff, you know.
Well, I think you're absolutely phenomenal. Now we are running out of time, so before we end the program, can you let our viewers know how they can contact you, where they can contact you, and yeah, and who you'd like to contact you.
Well, anybody, artists, musicians, anybody, people that have had out of body experiences, and they've, OBEs, near death experiences, how their world has changed, how we can work together, how we can make the world a better place. And so you've got the website link, Maddie. Is it www.steveklein.art? I think that,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, I do
Also,
believe. And
I
there's
was
your
very,
Facebook
very,
site.
I was very happy to be awarded the global TV radio award, which was very happy. I feel very good. I feel very happy to be part of this community. You can put my Facebook, Steve Klein, Facebook. That's my Facebook
Fantastic.
link there.
And I do believe you got the Pillar of Loyalty Award 2024 from USA Global TV and Radio, awarded to you by our very own CEO, Dr. Jacqueline Kirk.
And I was very honoured. Very honoured because
fantastic. Yeah.
I don't have a fancy studio or anything like that. And Steve Klein is Steve Klein. You get the rough. You don't. I'm not smooth around the edges. So I'll always try to speak the truth.
Well, we are mighty, mighty proud of you. And I can't believe we're coming to the end of the program. You'll have to come back again to talk about your music. You have so much to talk about, Steve. But thank you so much for being our guest on the Film and Music Show.
Thank you so much. God bless you both. And a Merry Christmas to everybody at Global TV and Radio. And you, Maddie and Jacqueline and everybody. For a better world, bring the colours, do the healing. God bless you. Good night. God bless from Holland.
Thank you, Steve. And lovely words to be leaving with the program today. So a very happy Christmas to you all. Have an amazing festive season. Keep happy, keep safe, keep joyful, keep wealthy, keep healthy, keep divine, and keep happy. My name's Dr. Madelenechan, and I'll see you next week where we have our guest, Grammy nominated artist, Glenda Benavides. But until then, have a great week, and I will see you after Christmas. Okay, bye.